and welcome to our Champions Together Coffee Break for a Cause. I'm Michelle Acciavatti, Michigan Market Leader for Willis Towers Watson and Board Chair for Special Olympics of Michigan. Today, we're going to talk about 3 of our off-the-field programs that impact so many of our athletes. Our Healthy Athletes program, our Young Athletes program, and our Unified Championship Schools program. Of course, none of this could be possible without our fantastic partners. And today we'd like to specially thank our presenting partner, Amerisure, and our event partner, the Real Estate One Charitable Foundation. The first program we want to talk about this morning is our Young Athletes program. Young Athletes is a program offered for, of course, our youngest athletes, ages 2 to 7, where we focus on gross motor skills, communication, and social skills building. More often than not, we will hear a parent say their child's first word was uttered at one of these Young Athletes programs. Ball is the most common word. And here to tell us more about the impact of this program on their lives is Sarah Waite, a proud mother, and her fantastic son, Wesley. Welcome, Sarah and Wesley.
Yeah, so when Wesley was born, and then obviously we knew that with a diagnosis of Down syndrome that would come with special needs and some intellectual disabilities, I was looking for resources, looking for people that I could connect with that would help me understand intellectual disabilities and find like support groups type of thing. And it ended up working out that my husband and we were out for dinner at Mountain Town, and we ran into the area director of Area 7. And she's like, we would love to have you and Wes be a part of our program. And it was, I think he was 18 months old at that time. And so it was like perfect timing. Yeah, so the Young Athletes program specifically had like kind of several different key elements in our lives. Preschool starts at 3 years old. So starting at 3 years old with school, that is exhausting. That is absolutely not only academically exhausting, mentally exhausting, but physically exhausting, socially exhausting. So then we had this outlet after school where he was able just to go run around and kind of release all of this like energy that he had from just being so strict in some of like kind of that school atmosphere. So that was awesome, as well as then the physical therapy side kind of and social side that the Young Athletes program events did. So he didn't know that he was working on physical therapy. He thought he was just at a gym having recess and having fun and running around with all of his friends. And then as a mom, there was a group of us that we sat on the side and really let the coaches kind of handle the kids and have them play. And us moms and parents all sat and talked about our lives and what was going on with our children. And it was so nice to have that support group of like parents that we could talk about the different challenges that we all face. But even though they're different, they were similar in so many ways that you didn't feel judged. They knew for sure what you were going through. So it was like that Young Athletes program to me, that support group as a parent was the key to my sanity. Yeah, so I think it also gave him, one, that peer interaction was huge because it introduced him to kids outside of kind of his daycare and preschool at that point, right? All of the different exposures that he had. But what was also really cool is that was the first time he actually got to meet people like him. So not that I don't think he maybe noticed, but I think it's still valuable to know that there are, because we're again from a very small community, so he's the only child with Down syndrome in our school district. So for him have now other children with intellectual disabilities and specifically Down syndrome that were part of the Young Athletes, you got to see kids that were like him. Again, when you start out being in that lost kind of feeling that you don't know where you're supposed to go, who you're supposed to talk to. So to now introduce that to new families is so rewarding because they have, I think, very similar feelings that I did, that here's this like relief of other people that know what we're going through, and then on top of that, other people who are also advocating and talking about their children in a rewarding way, right? Like we are all very proud of our children, so we like to talk about all of the minute accomplishments. So what could be standard for a typical child, and maybe a parent would brush that off. for us parents with children with intellectual disabilities, we are like celebrating some of those small victories. And it's great to then have other parents join us in those victories because it's a big deal. It's great to now introduce other families. Yeah, for me, I always kept my standards very high and my goals for Wes, and it's still the same. So as of now, we still have the same goals as his atypical brother. You know, we're gonna still be going towards that. He's gonna be driving at some point. He's going to be living on his own. He's going to be married and potentially with children. So I still have those same goals that I did as younger Wesley did, but I can actually see with his maturity that those are now really obtainable. So I think before, it was maybe more dreams, and now I'm like, yeah, we're gonna actually do this. And he is going to really change perspectives for especially our small local town. Like, he is really gonna show people that he's just the same as everybody else.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you again for joining us. I'm Dr. Aaron Friedkin, Senior Vice President of Care Delivery Transformation at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan and a Special Olympics Michigan board member. There's a mistaken belief that people with intellectual disabilities receive the same or better health care than others. Unfortunately, many individuals with intellectual disabilities receive substandard care or virtually no health care at all. This is why Special Olympics created the Healthy Athletes program, to bring healthcare opportunities to our athletes, allowing them to improve their overall health in a comfortable environment. The Healthy Athletes program is made up of 7 different health screenings, focusing on dentistry, vision, podiatry, better health and well-being, physical therapy, sports physical exams, and audiology. Special Olympics Michigan athletes are able to participate in all or select health screenings at state basketball finals, state summer games, state fall games, state poly hockey finals, and state winter games, where they will also be fitted for corrective assets like glasses, mouth guards, and sports goggles. All of these screenings are offered at no cost to the athletes or their families to ensure these critical services are accessible to all. We had the opportunity to sit down with Jen Smart, Associate Professor and Director of Audiology at Grand Valley State University and Special Olympics Healthy Hearing Clinical Director, to speak to the importance of these programs for Special Olympics Michigan's athletes.
I'm Jen Smart. I am one of the clinical directors with Special Olympics Michigan. Specifically, my area of specialty is hearing. Healthy Athletes has a range of different disciplines where we offer free screenings to the athletes in Special Olympics. It ranges from dental to fit feet, so podiatry, to hearing, to eyes, and fitness. One of the important things about Healthy Athletes is the whole program. So the screenings and the follow-up care are imperative for athletes to get the care that they need, but we're also training people in the disciplines to provide healthcare in the field. So graduate students come in and volunteer their services, and then they go out into the communities and they provide healthcare to people with intellectual disabilities. And so it really serves twofold. 1, the healthcare access that people with intellectual disabilities need, and 2, the training that healthcare professionals need to work with people with intellectual disabilities. So I've been with Special Olympics for 13 years. This is my first year with Special Olympics Michigan. I just moved to the area, and one of the first things that I did before I even left Maryland was connect with Special Olympics Michigan, because it's important to the community, but it's important also to the athletes to have that care. There's a range of different services offered through the Healthy Athletes program. So we have Healthy Hearing, which is my specialty. We have Special Smiles, which is dental. We have Opening Eyes, which is vision. We also have Fit Feet. We have Fun Fitness. There's a wide range. I know they're always adding different ones, focusing on nutrition, on fitness, and a range of different professionals are involved in that as well. I think it's so important to the athletes to have care in a safe space with professionals who know how to work with people with intellectual disabilities and are energized. And Healthy Athletes offers that opportunity because it's at the summer games, it's at the winter games, it's in their hometown or in a town close to them. And that's so different than going to a medical center with a professional that you maybe don't know. In addition, Special Olympics Michigan The Healthy Athletes program is putting professionals back into the community to work with people with intellectual disabilities. So it's a whole picture, it's a whole bubble of healthcare that Special Olympics Healthy Athletes is providing. We offer them at every state event and some regional events in Grand Rapids and Detroit. For the state events, that happens across the state, so it could be in Traverse City, Grand Rapids, Mount Pleasant, Lansing, Ypsilanti, and Canton. We also offer them at some regional competitions in Grand Rapids and Detroit. The benefits, as I've expressed previously, the benefits to the athletes, it's really creating an environment where they can easily access healthcare, free healthcare. I think the program has multiple layers because it's a whole body look at the athletes, and it's available free to all of them at convenient events. I think they get to interact with professionals, audiologists, physical therapists, optometrists. They get to interact with them in a really safe environment in a positive way, and then they get follow-up care and referrals that they need. Again, these are at events in a safe space with Special Olympics providing, the services. And I think that's actually really key. Additionally, with healthcare costs, it's really nice that they can get the screenings that they need without the burden or the concern related to healthcare access. I think the benefits to the athletes extend beyond just the screenings. I think they get information about their healthcare in a concise manner, in a safe space, without the burden of healthcare access or healthcare costs playing into it. People can support Special Olympics Michigan through Healthy Athletes in several ways. One is volunteering. We always need volunteers. We need specialists in the community to provide the services. And of course, donations. To provide free screenings, we of course need financial support for the supplies and all of the things that the athletes receive for free.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for participating in this year's Coffee Break for a Cause. I'm Todd Ruthrup, the Chief Strategy Officer at Amerisure Insurance, and for the last 4 years, I've also had the privilege of serving on the Board of Directors for Special Olympics of Michigan. Recognizing Special Olympics as one of the most inclusive organizations in the world, we are going to explore how Special Olympics of Michigan is promoting inclusion both on and off the field. I have the opportunity to promote the work of our Unified Champion Schools. The Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools program is aimed at promoting inclusion through the work we do on the fields, but then driving it into the classroom and really creating a culture of inclusion throughout the whole school. Now, for those who aren't familiar with the Unified programs, this is an opportunity where individuals with and without intellectual disabilities compete on the same teams against similar teams from other schools. There are currently over 200 unified program schools in the state of Michigan, including Howell High School. Howell High School truly sets the standard for inclusion, and in 2020 was recognized nationally by both the ESPN Honor Roll and the National Banner Unified Champion School program. We're privileged today to have a few individuals joining us to talk about Howell High School's program and what they're doing to promote inclusion. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Susie Mitchell, Mariah Huta, and Zach Heckman.
Hi, I'm Susie, and I am a UCS coach and YAC sponsor at Howell High School.
I'm Mariah, and I'm a part of Unified Champion Schools at Howell.
I'm Sadly in Special Olympics, helping at Howell.
So Unified Champion Schools is a program that is inclusive for people with intellectual disabilities and those without to all play on a team together, have leadership opportunities, and just a way for people to meet. In Unified, we play basketball, we hang out, we make friends. We do all kinds of things here. Like, personally, I have benefited more than I would have ever thought. I made so many friends, like Zachary and Eric, yes. Yeah. But I've never been a part of a team of any sort in my life, so this is the first time I ever had a team, and it's just an awesome feeling. I got so many leadership opportunities, and I've just been able to experience a lot more than I ever thought I would.
What is your favorite part of Unified?
Basketball.
Basketball, yeah. Very good player, too. Everybody knows now what inclusion is. A few years ago, I would say, like, what's inclusion? What does that mean? I think you would have gotten that a lot from the student body, where now they know what we're talking about. When we're talking about inclusion, they want everybody to feel a part of everything. So I think it's just helped us build on that. And then also just what Mariah was saying about kids being able to connect and develop friendships and have this opportunity to get together and do things together that they never would have maybe had before. So it's pretty awesome.
I saw a huge change since we started Unified in our school. So for me even, I met so many people that I didn't even know were a part of our school. Some people that I went to elementary school with that I didn't even know. And so after Unified came to our school, I met so many people and I saw so much more inclusion and more people talking, and just overall there was just more people that were able to make friends that hadn't before.
My favorite thing is just to see the development of the friendships throughout a season. You start that first practice and kids are kind of quiet with each other and they don't really know each other's names maybe, but you just see this natural progression of these friendships developing, and it's a blessing to watch. It's just amazing to see that. And then to see those friendships carry over into the school is awesome. To see kids sitting together, eating lunch together that they didn't even know each other before UCS. Getting things started. I remember here I was a little overwhelmed, and we didn't even get to our first practice. And I'm like, okay, well, that just made all that work worth it. A student who was very quiet and didn't talk a whole lot was in a group with me, and she was just talking. And I finally looked at her and I said, "You are a chatty Kathy today." And she said, "I'm just so excited about basketball today." And we didn't even get to our first practice, and I'm like, okay, well, that her just being so excited just made it so worth it. So I would say do it. You'll get so much joy out of it. It'll make your school real proud. It's a wonderful thing, and Special Olympics is a wonderful organization. They've been so supportive and helpful.
I love Unified because I have just met so many friends and just gotten a team behind my back, and and I've made I don't know, that's the only thing that comes to my mind is all the friends that I've made and just getting to experience something new. And I have just found what I want to do with my life through Unified. So
are you guys good friends now because of UCS?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. we even went to the Night to Shine prom together.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And you guys think you'll stay friends outside of school?
Oh yeah, we got to keep our Dairy Queen runs.
How has Unified helped your school?
Being school is cool.
Made school cool, it sure did.
Wow, pretty fantastic stuff, huh? Thank you to all of our fantastic speakers today. I hope through hearing their stories, you learned a little bit more about how Special Olympics is impacting the lives in our community every single day. And thank you, of course, to our partners, our presenting partner, Amerisure, and our event partner, the Real Estate One Charitable Foundation. And now we need your help. So how can you help? First, take a moment. If everyone commits to just telling one friend about what you learned today and the special programs that Special Olympics provides to our athletes in our communities, it will make a difference. And second, we need funds. All of these programs are provided to our athletes at no cost to them. And so we have to raise money every year. So please take a moment, go to somi.org/championstogether and give what you can. And lastly, thank you so much for giving us a few moments of your time this morning, tuning in to learn just a little bit more about how Special Olympics impacts our communities every day. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you.